Kenya's dairy industry plays a significant role in the nation's economy and provides income to an estimated 625,000 rural households, representing 10% of Kenya's population.
The total dairy sector is contributing to about 7% of the GDP of the country. And contributing 7% shows that we have a big role as the people in the dairy sector to play towards the economic development of the country.
However, following a massive production glut in recent weeks, several milk producers have opted to pour their milk. So what has triggered the crisis in this sector, which was until February one of the success stories of Kenya's struggling economy?
With the production of milk, we have seen in January and February. It is an all-time high, maybe in the last 2 decades. I haven't seen anything like that. And this, again, the rain starting somewhere towards November came at a time, the weather pattern have changed. For us processors, for me, speaking for myself, I always looked forward to January, February as months of shortages, when actually we would make a little money because there's not enough milk. But the reverse has happened.
Rift Valley Province, which is Kenya's largest milk producer with an estimated 1.2 million dairy cows, has already incurred a loss of more than 60 million shillings in the past 2 months from milk that has gone to waste.
But when we have been blessed with rain in a month or two, maybe the month of November and December, when the farmer is just about to recoup his losses, we are told that there is a milk glut, there is an excess production, which we in Dairy Traders Association, we don't believe in. We don't believe in that. So that has hurt the farmer and the trader, and we believe it is a blow that might take time to recover from.
Processors who are overwhelmed by the increased production have been rejecting milk supplies due to lack of processing capacity. And with the processors unable to take the surplus milk and the producer price low, the dominant fear among dairy farmers is that they will not be able to service their loans.
The milk is an extremely perishable thing. I wish it was coffee or tea or something you can keep until tomorrow. And sometimes we even try our best to collect the milk from the farmers, but if you really don't have somewhere to sell it, sometimes you can even pour it in the sewer and the sewer is full. What would you do if the sewer was full? Because that has happened. In certain dairies I know, they have poured thousands and thousands of liters trying to help the farmer receive the milk.
Over the last few years, Kenya imports milk products from New Zealand, Australia, the European Union and the East African community. And there are concerns that the problem could have been exacerbated by unscrupulous traders who could be smuggling milk products.
The processors imported milk powder because for various reasons. One, they want to be sure that the supplies for the dry months, which they expected to be dry, would be there. Secondly, it might be cheap product for them. And we also believe that there was no goodwill in importing the powdered milk.
So what can be done to solve this problem? Industry experts say that the country needs more processors, while the smaller ones should be supported to enhance capacity.
We see a return of all this milk, all this 75% come back into the formal market. And then once that happens, you will see a lot of new entrants. You will see the existing entrants, such as ourselves, expand capacity. And if we are assured that this new marketing angle will be sustained, you will see a huge influx of new investment that will be put in place to actually cater for this shall I say, new milk that will have come in from the informal market.
Players are also calling for the government to consider lowering taxes on imported dairy machines and equipment to help reduce production costs and increase product competitiveness.
The processors today actually only deal with probably about 25% of the total milk produced in this country. 75% is actually sold out there informally. So what you're actually seeing today is a situation whereby the informal market has suddenly given us processors all this milk to process all at one go.
There have also been suggestions that Kenya should convert part of its milk output into milk powder. Already, the country spends about 400 million shillings annually to buy specialized milk products. This includes cheese, butter, milk powder, which account for just 1% of the formal dairy market.
There is so much demand for milk. The commercial region is a net importer of milk. Even if we doubled the production of milk today, we cannot satisfy the commercial market. Somebody was just telling us today that in Sudan, they take like 84 million liters of powder imported from South America. Now, what's the distance from South America and Kenya and Southern Sudan? Surely we can do this thing if we do it also scientifically and we work together towards growing the exports, because that is where the answer lies.
Experts also say that dairy farmers and milk processors in the country should manage the cycle of surplus and shortage associated with the dependence on rainfall.
The milk supply situation in this country is largely driven by smallholders. The smallholders in this country make up what I would say close to 95% of all national milk supply. The other 5% is made up by commercial farmers. Now, these smallholders are principally farmers who purely rely on rain. Brookside, as a company, for instance, has a program that tries to educate farmers into good aspects of managing the dairy business, managing it commercially. We carry out programs regularly, just trying to emphasize and turn the farmer into a more commercial-based farmer/businessman.
Moving forward, the dairy industry plays a significant role in the country's economy, and stakeholders should come up with a system that provides accurate information on the exact production level to enable creameries to cope with additional processing capacity as well as source for external markets.